Hey, we're going to make this video going over how I use the play zone to get a few more kills and we get some chicken dinners out of it. Just going to explain our thought process and what was going on. I actually we thought it was kind of ironic how ever since I started streaming we haven't gotten any chicken dinners. So we stopped streaming and we get 2 back-to-back chicken dinners. So bizarre. But what's going on is we wanted to be the first to the play zone. I know in my last video I went over tips on what to do in the play zone, and that actually is key in what we're doing here. So I potatoed that guy, ended up getting him. But what happened was we wanted to be the first ones to the circles. I've got my 2 sons with me. One of them is about to be 9. The other one is 6. So, our play style changes a little bit. Depending on how far away the play zone is, depends on when we want to leave. I'm not a big proponent of waiting to the last second to run with a play zone on my butt, because then I've got nowhere to go. If someone starts shooting at me, just like I'm shooting at this guy, I'm not exactly sure what ended up happening with that guy, but somehow he died because I keep watching this way to the left and we never see him again. I don't know if the play zone killed him. But that's one thing I don't like about the play zone. Everyone likes to wait to the very last second and then run with the play zone on their back. But that's just not a good strategy all the time. I mean, sometimes you might have to, but it's just not a perfect strategy. So what I did right there, and that's why I left all this in here and I just fast forwarded a lot of this. So I knew that these houses on the left, I could hear these gunshots. These people were going to have to leave these buildings and come up the hill. So I knew this was a perfect position to get into and wait for them and get a couple of kills. We also didn't want these guys coming up behind us and us being a bad spot. So when I see these rocks, I decide this is a good enough spot. Let's just wait here and ambush them. So really the key to using the play zone is ambushing people. They don't have time to defend themselves when the play zone is on their back. So I just pause right here and I wait. I know they have to come this way. They don't have long. Now I'm not quite in the safe zone myself, but they're in a worse spot. So I take out the one guy. The other guy knows he can't come up the hill. He'll be exposed. So I've just got myself in a decent position to take him out. But see, he knows he has to come up here no matter what. But he was able to get to some cover. I didn't realize this when I first got here, that my team had moved on up the hill and they weren't. I didn't have any of them with me. They had started engaging. That's where things kind of fell apart for us right here. But nevertheless, the idea behind this still worked for me, essentially, because I was waiting for these 2 guys. They were being forced out of the area and forced into a bad position where I could take them out. But so I'm not exactly sure what was going on with my team. They started getting taken out. As soon as I get that guy, I try to get up here and save him, but things have just kind of gotten bad. So I'm just going to fast forward this so at least you know what happened. So actually, this guy used my tactic on me. He knew I was being forced up to him. He knocks me out, and then he gets to take out Toxic, and we lose that match. So anyways, here's another example. This actually is before that one. We had come from Milta when we came over to the farm. And I knew, I was like, well, no one was in Milta with us. They didn't get pushed, but there were some people that had been up in the north. And I thought, well, maybe if they're going to come from the shelter, I could catch them here. Sure enough, we find this guy, even though we both got popped in the head. Because we'd seen a full squad coming down from the hills, but we knew they kind of had to come this way. So we just waited here behind this cover. I think Cool Breeze had actually got that kill. So in case they were trying to revive any teammates, I wanted to push up here and just make sure that the coast was clear. Didn't want these guys coming up behind us. And I spot that guy. Get that kill. So that's kind of the idea behind this. You know, if you're the first one into the play zone, you can sit there and wait and let people get pushed to you, and they're under panic. You know, either the blue zone is going to be hurting them. You'll even see in this particular match, I don't get a lot of kills, but I hurt people enough who are in the play zone that the play zone ended up killing them. And that's going to lead us to getting a chicken dinner at this. You know, it's not a high kill game, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter as long as you're winning. So I'm using that same tactic here. That actually works really well with my kids who are pretty good, but, you know, maybe not the best players in the world. And that's how I can win with them quite often. If we're the first ones to the play zone and we can control it, then we can control who's coming in, who's coming out. So I get both of my boys inside this little building. I tell them to just wait in here for a second. I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to watch the backside. Scuba's kind of doing his thing. But I just want to make sure that we're safe. I don't want my kids running around, you know, getting into too much trouble. So I just told them to stay in the building. I was kind of hoping I could steal that kill. I think Colin ended up, Cool Breeze ended up stealing the kill. But so it all worked out. So same thing. I don't want to be the last ones to this next play zone. There's not a whole lot of cover, but I don't want to be running with that circle on my rear end. So I bring me and my boys. We come up here to these trees, trying to see, are we in the safe zone? Not quite, but that next tree is. So I'm going to push that. And like I said, I don't want to be the very last one there. There's 4 of us, and there's not a lot of cover. All we have are these little trees. So if I can get behind the tree first, and we can take out whoever else is coming in, that's my plan. That's my strategy. So since there's not a lot of cover to the left, that's why I went ahead and threw that smoke. When I see these guys coming to the right, and they're running out of the play zone, trying to shoot at the exact same time, they just waited a little too long. If I could redo this, I would have put that smoke a little closer. So those guys have put themselves in a bad situation. They just waited too long to get in. So I see him running in the blue. He goes down. I don't get the kill. Maybe somebody else did. But either way, you know, he was running while he was in the blue. Sometimes, you know, you can't not do that. And even Scuba got down trying to get over here. You know, just wasn't a lot of room for him. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to give us a little smoke screen. I know there's 2 guys left behind this tree. I'm giving Greentail some cover fire as he's rescuing Scuba. So I know we just have the 1 guy left because Cool Breeze had gotten a kill, so I just run up on this last guy. And I got shot in the back by Got shot in the back by Greentail Shark, my son, but that's all right. He ended up getting the kill, and we won that match. So this is later on. This is actually the very next mission. So I'm updating my aim down sights. I'm pushing everything to 5 because I noticed my aim just wasn't quite right. So I left that in there so you would know what I was changing it to. So this is another situation. We heard some gunshots in this general direction. So we were sitting here waiting. We knew we could just jump out the window and get into the safe zone. We didn't know if there was just 1 or 2 guys over here, but we didn't want them coming up behind us. And if they were going to wait too long, they would be in the play zone. So that's kind of our strategy here. Now, what's really cool about this is I'm about to get 5 kills in 59 seconds. So my new settings, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm watching all these guys run. They're all in the play zone. They don't have time to screw around. Well, there's 3 so far. So I'm going to ignore that guy. Wondering who's alive in my area. Oh, there's 5 kills in 59 seconds. Oh, there's 5 kills. You see that body fly up? I should have left that in there a little longer. Alright, so I actually had a 6th kill in there. I guess I didn't record that one. I don't even know. I can't remember that 6th kill. But now I know that there's 4 of us. We're controlling the top section of the circle. So we're just moving ourselves to the right because we don't want to be the last ones to the area, to the zone. So, and you're about to see me. I'm going to spot some guys over here to the left who are having to run into the next play zone. So I just put a couple shots on them since I have the silenced M4. So even though I didn't get the kill, hopefully I damaged them enough that I guess somebody on from another team finished them off for us. So I'd like to think I had a little hand in their demise. Ah, this was my own team did it. Forgot about that. So I finished them off for us. And so we're having to move. We didn't have far to go. Just step inside the zone a little bit. Still control it. This is where I like to live, right at the top of a hill. And push. And so we have all kind of spread out and we're fanning the area. And when Scuba over here to my right is going to start taking some fire, I come to his assistance immediately. Boom, easy kill there. So now we know we are controlling the entire area. So we're going to kind of group back up. I know the boys are getting into a firefight over there. They do a great job. If you can have your own kids to help you out in PUBG, I suggest doing it. But don't do this. Shoot one of your kids in the head. They don't always appreciate that. So what happened is I had Green-tailed Shark revive him. I felt really bad about that. So I'm going to get over here, kind of get behind this tree and make sure no one jumps up and takes both of them out. I'm also trying to figure out where is this play zone now that they're up on their feet. So now that we're kind of all back, it's 4 versus 1. We just got to find that last guy. Where's he hiding? We're all assuming he's just laying in the grass, being a grass snake, and he opens fire. Right here. You just hone in on him, get that last kill, get my 8 kills for that game, and we win. So that's just kind of us using the play zone to our advantage. If you're waiting to be the last one in play zone, it makes it tough. But if you're the first one there, you can get some extra kills. See you later.